Okay guys, so this is the first answer key video for homework number 1. So make sure you buy a binder, pencils for math class tomorrow because you'll get extra credit if you bring them. For the two truths and a lie, you're going to have to take your best guess, so I'm going to skip past this one. Curious what you guys think. For problem number 3, obviously you guys will have your own answers, and I'm going to try to guess which one is a lie, so I'll have to skip past this one. In terms of what percent each of the following parts of your grade are worth, you can find this stuff on the syllabus. The whole goal is that I want you to refer back to the syllabus though, so I'm not going to give away these answers. You can find them right here. Alright, now that we're up to the math though, let's take a look at some of these problems. So you've got 2x plus 5 equals 11. Just like we talked about in class, we want to solve for x, which means we want to start with getting rid of the plus 5. So we'll subtract 5 from both sides. We get 2x equals 6. To undo multiplication by 2, we divide by 2 on both sides. We get x equals 3. Here we have 3x minus 2 equals 16. To isolate the x, we want to start by adding 2 on both sides. That gives us 3x equals 18. Divide by 3 on both sides gives us x equals 6. For this one, the x plus 4 is grouped together on top of the 2. So we want to start by getting rid of the division by 2. So we'll multiply by 2, the inverse operation on both sides. Multiplication by 2 cancels division by 2. That gives us x plus 4 equals 16. Subtract 4 on both sides gives us x equals 12. So that looks good. Alright, so problems number 6 and 7 are both problems of a type called literal equations, which means that instead of having any numbers, they only have variables or letters. So we're going to be solving, let's see, we want to solve the following equation for x, and that means that we're going to have to get x by itself, so we'll have to get rid of the b and the a. And at first this might seem much more difficult, but you can actually use the exact same ideas that you used before. So the same way that in problem number 5a, we got rid of the plus 5 by using minus 5. To get rid of this plus b and get the x closer to isolated, we can do minus b on both sides. That gives us ax equals c minus b. We can't combine these because they're not like terms. Next up, one step away from getting x by itself, we've got a times x. The opposite of multiplying by a would be dividing by a on both sides. Multiplication by a and division by a cancel out. This gives us x equals c minus b. Whoa, that's not minus. C minus b over a. So we've isolated x, we've solved for x, and our answer is in terms of a, b, and c because we have an a, b, and c on this side. Next up, we need to solve problem number 7. This is another literal equation. So we need to solve it for x, so we'll get x by itself, which means we'll have to get rid of this a, b, and c. So we're thinking about which one to start with, the c is furthest from the x group. So we'll get rid of this minus c first by adding c on both sides. That will give you ax over b equals d plus c. With this one, ax is grouped together on top of b, so we'll undo division by b first. Opposite of dividing by b is multiplying. These cancel out. But if we multiply by b on this side, we have to multiply by b on this side. And this is where things could get a little tricky. When you write it like this, it's actually incorrect. You want to multiply this whole side by b, so we'll use parentheses to show that. This gives us ax, because the b's over here canceled out, equals, and over here we've got d plus c all times b, so we'll have to distribute to both of them. That gives us bd plus bc. Finally, x is almost alone. To get rid of the multiplication by a, we divide by a on both sides, and that gives us x equals bd plus bc over a. You might wonder, can you combine any of these terms? But you can't, because the bd term, bc, these are not like terms, and there are no a's in the numerator, so there's no way we can simplify the division by A right here. So this is our final answer. Next up, we've got this cool puzzle problem, problem number 8. Without lifting your pencil up, draw only 4 straight lines.